Okay, we're about to close it down. Just a couple of days left before we get started on the ManagementScaping process implementation workshop. What I wanted to do today is give you a little of an example of what we're actually going to be doing in the workshop. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to download a specific process that we're going to work on. And I think this process we will be doing this in week 2 of the program. I'm going to log into a TouchStone account. First thing I'm going to do is go and grab that process. So I come up here to the library and scroll down to, it is called the New Employee Onboarding and Orientation Process. I'm going to put a check mark there, and let's put this under Human Resources. That's the Human Resources subfunction, and click Copy. I've copied the process into my account. I'll find it right down here. I'm going to slide it up to this section. You don't have to do this. I'm just a little OCD about placing things in order. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And you'll notice in this process there are a couple of work plans. There's a checklist. There are a couple of forms down here. There are a few other tools that we'll be editing. Essentially, the first step is onboarding, and this is preparing for a new employee to arrive. So making sure you've got all of your paperwork in place, making sure that everything you need for this employee is ready and waiting for them when they arrive. And then orientation is actually when they arrive, how you orient them to the office, to the other staff, greeting employees, taking them out for lunch, etc. And then you go on to training, etc. But we're just focused on onboarding and orientation. So this is the example of the work plan for onboarding a new employee. So step 1, call the employee, confirm their start date, let them know when they should be arriving, just to confirm it. You've probably sent them out an offer letter, so they should know this, but it's just great to call them. And so you'll notice in this section there's parking. Well, if parking isn't an issue for you, we're going to click in here. We're going to just delete that, and then you would click Save. Or if dress code isn't an issue, or if they need to be dressed in their uniform and that uniform would have been sent to them previously, whatever, we're going to update this, and you'll be getting hearing input from other people as they're editing their forms and their work plans. So this is going to be a pretty exciting opportunity for you to hear what other people are doing, and you'll be able to edit and update your work plans and your forms. I'm going to click Cancel because I don't want to edit this right now. Then you'll notice that there's a checklist here for HR new paperwork. So what is here? There's a lot of stuff that you can put in here. So do you have an offer letter? Have you checked their references? Have you checked their background? Have you checked their driver's license? Have you done credit checks? But you might not need all of this information. So if you don't do a driver's license check, then you're going to come in here. You're going to select this. You're going to come in here, and you're going to delete this from your system and hit Save. So you will actually edit your checklist, and maybe there's something else that you will actually put in your checklist. You'll add and remove, but in a sense, you'll be editing your checklist. My apologies for the dogs barking in the background. So step by step, we're going to go through and edit these checklists, and then I will talk about implementation. So we will take these processes and we will link them to specific positions, like manager of sales and marketing. So let's say I'm the manager of sales and marketing, and I want to now hire a new salesperson. Well, when I walk through this process, I will log in here. I will go to the manager of sales and marketing. I'll pull up the new employee onboarding. And yes, I might actually click here because I can't remember how to do this. And then I will click here to open up the checklist, and I can actually edit all these fields. I can say my new employee is Jim Jones, and he's starting on December 1st. And yes, I've got his application, and it was received on November 15th. And yes, I got his resume, and it was received on maybe November 5th. And yes, I sent the offer letter, etc. So I can basically, as I'm going through these, I will update this checklist, and then I can save this checklist. And this is maybe, let's save this for Jim. So I'm going to copy Jim in here. And as I have more time to spend on this checklist, maybe a couple days later, I would walk back in here. I would go to my new employee onboarding checklist, and I will pull it up right here. And this is the one for Jim Jones, and I will continue on. Yes, I got his employment agreement signed, and we got his drug screening results, etc. And it's check, 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 check. And eventually we are ready for Jim. And once we're ready for Jim, we go into actual orientation. So what happens during orientation? So it's just wanted to give you this experience of how amazing it's going to be to how easy it's going to be to get all of your processes implemented and edited in the workshop. So click the button below, let me know what you think, and if you're interested, just jump in. We've got a couple of spots left, but you only have to the end of today, and then we're turning it off because we got to start on Thursday. So hope to see you there. Talk to you soon.